Mia isn't watching the child of my ex-husband. I have 2 kids, 2 girls and 1 boy with my ex-husband, a 32-year-old man and a 30-year-old woman. He is now having a child with his new girlfriend, and we got divorced not long ago, 12 months. I'll be honest, I'm still not over him. We were together for 10 years, which is all of my adult life. The breakup wasn't as bad, but I'm still angry and hurt about it. Even though he seems to have moved on, neither of us wanted our oldest to go to daycare when he was younger. Don't judge us, we were just uncomfortable. I stayed at home and finally started my own business, which lets me work from home 99% of the time. Also, from the area, my parents were retired and helped me out as much as they could. I like this plan because it lets me spend time with both of my kids. His ex-girlfriend is 5 months pregnant, and they had a big fight when she asked him to visit daycares, and he said no way. He wants her to stay home with the baby and not send any of his kids to daycare because, well, the kids here are pretty bad. He called me to talk, and then he told me something big. He asked me if I would be willing to watch their baby since I have my own 2 kids and do not need help from anyone else. I own it, so I can take the kids to work when I need to. He then said that I understand how he feels about leaving his kids at one of these daycares, and I lost it with him. For a year and a half, I hid my sadness and anger behind walls. I said some mean things that I'm sorry for now. After 3 days, the new partner asked me why I was being so mean when I dropped off my kids at their house, why I thought my kids were better than hers, and why her baby shouldn't have gotten the same things I did for mine. I didn't say that, but I'm sorry if something I said came across that way. I didn't really mean that I was happy for them, but I told her I was. I was not going to watch their kid at all, but they should have thought about that. She's in her 50s, so I understand that she can't work from home and doesn't want to quit her job. While I was gone, things got worse again. After 2 hours, my ex called me to ask me to get the kids because he didn't want them to be around when he and his new woman were fighting. Of course, I picked them up, and on the way home, ex texted me again to ask if I would watch for them for $200 a week. When I said no, he called me mean and said I was acting badly because I was hurt. This is not how I see it at all. I said again that the request is silly and that I would not be talking about it any longer. The new girlfriend texted me yesterday and has been having her friends and family look over my business all day today. It doesn't bother me because my clients know what I do. That's all my ex-husband has said. When we talk about our kids, he's been shorter with me. I'm already a whole person because I didn't want to keep my ex-husband's new baby. Before reading the short updates, let's look at the top comments. Not a good catch. Do not feel like you have to care for someone else's child. It can also be defamation if you haven't actually helped her or her family or friends. Sure thing about this. It's completely unacceptable for her to be entitled to childcare, but it's illegal to hurt her income in this way. This ex-spouse needs to stop doing this because it hurts OP's income and the kids they share. I don't get how they think you can watch their kids. You are not in charge of this. Does he know you're still not over him? Because it sounds like he might be using how you feel about him to make you do this. Say no, loud and clear. He understands. I did something stupid right after the divorce was final, around the time that my new girlfriend got pregnant. Ouch. And believed his speech of sorrow. After new girl found out she was pregnant, we had the start over talk. He finally told me about it 2 months ago. Even though it breaks my heart, I know we're done with this. I'll get through it. I really want to give you a hug. I am sorry that you are going through this and that it is clear that he is taking advantage of how you feel. You did make a mistake, but we all do stupid things when we're in love. That doesn't mean you deserve to be harmed, though. He shouldn't be able to talk about his life with you. Don't talk about anything else, just the kids. Also, tell the girlfriend's family and friends to stop trying to hurt your business. Not all of them. And you should talk to a lawyer about the review bombing. Take them to court. It makes me want to throw up just thinking about being in court with my ex and his new lover. About 80% of the time, I think Google has an answer for this. It's now midnight, but I'll think about what I can do tomorrow. More than anything else, I'm mad. Now for the short reports. Thanks for all the help in the comments. Unfortunately, I won't be able to answer all of your questions, but I will do my best to do so as I have time. I saw address below if you need to say it again. Google seems to have noticed it at the end. I did call my lawyer to find out what she thinks should be done next. Vlogs of reviews for trash. He did cheat on me with his girlfriend for a while before we got separated. I'm not sure how long it will be, and I don't think I want to know. As a licensed worker myself, I can say that going against her nursing license will only make things worse. The lawyer will tell you what to do next. This is the second and possibly last update for now. Google is getting rid of the reviews. Since Wackadoodle and her stupid family all have the same last name, it was clear that the reviews were fake. The ones from her friends with different names were also taken down because, once more, they were badly done at best. Ex-boyfriend said sorry for how she behaved, and it looks like he is going to be away for a while. She believed he was with me. He left my house Tuesday night after the kids went to bed, and I have no idea where he went. He's not going to stay here at all. We just called to make sure you picked up our daughter from swim classes today. This weekend, my parents were going to have the kids because X has a graduation to go to. I'm going to the beach with friends, so I don't have to worry about where they're going since X is basically homeless right now. Mia Hall for not letting my ex-boyfriend come to our kid's birthday party, and I'm 34 years old. My ex-husband is a man and 36 years old. We got a divorce 2 years ago because our differences could not be resolved. We share care of our 7-year-old daughter, Lily, and have been able to keep a pretty good relationship as co-parents. Things got worse lately, though. My 8-year-old daughter, Lily, had a birthday party at our house last week. The events were carefully planned, and I invited Lily's friends, our family, and a few close neighbors. Today was supposed to be a big day for her. I did say that my ex-husband would not be able to bring his woman when I sent him the invitation in any case. Now, the reason I'm making this choice is that Lily hasn't spent much time with my ex-husband's new girlfriend over the past 6 months. I didn't think it was right for a stranger to be at her birthday party, especially since my ex-husband and I agreed to slowly introduce Lily to new partners. When my ex-husband got the offer, he called me right away, angry and asking what was going on. He said that he had every right to be at Lily's big day, and that I was trying to keep him out of her life. He said that his girlfriend had met Lily a few times already, and didn't see any problem with her coming to the party. We both stood our ground, so it was only natural that this turned into a heated fight. I made it clear that I didn't think it was fair for Lily to have someone else there. Even though we had only met a few times, my ex-husband claimed that he had every right to be there, along with me. He also said I was controlling and spiteful. The fight got worse, and both of our families got involved. They took sides and made things worse. Some of my family members agreed with my choice, saying that Lily's birthday should be about her and her closest friends and family. However, my ex-husband's family said he should be able to go because his girlfriend was an important part of his life now and should be there with him. We were not able to come to an agreement, and in the end, my ex-husband threatened to sue me if I did not let him go to the party. This made me conflicted because I wanted Lily to be happy but didn't want to make things worse. Mia Hall because she didn't invite my ex-husband to our daughter's birthday party. It was added to answer a few questions. Lily has nothing to say. All she cares about is having all of her friends there and making sure that the taste of her cake has met her standards. I feel like I have a lot of control over this because her father and I share care of her, and the birthday party is during my time. Besides that, she's met the woman twice. They have only said hello a few times, and she wouldn't feel safe being alone with her. Because of this, I don't think it's appropriate to ask her. His girlfriend can't come, but my ex-husband can. This place is awful for everyone. Your girl is 8 years old, not a toddler. It's old enough for her to know that you and her ex-boyfriend are not together, and that both of you will be seeing other people. You have no say over what your ex does in his personal life. He's not a ride on a general subject, but he also can't ask to come to your house or the party. He doesn't have to come by himself. For everything that has to do with your child, it sounds like you and your partner need two events. When standing your ground with an ex-spouse hurts your child, you're both bad people. You say your daughter doesn't have an opinion, but then you say she wouldn't be happy with her. Which one is it? At ease being by yourself with her? She doesn't think it's weird that the boyfriend is at a party where there are probably a lot of people, but she might feel differently if they were alone. You asked him to come over, but you don't have to have his new girlfriend over. Just telling OP, "I don't want your girlfriend in my house," would have been enough. He can go or not. He doesn't have to be there. It's her legal time. She's not even leaving him out. She's leaving out the woman. But it's a jerk of her to try to make it about the kid. Stand your ground, but don't act like your kid cares. You can say no to people coming into your house. Own it if you don't feel safe having his new girlfriend over. It's not right or fair to try to blame your daughter, and it won't help. You're welcome to come to Lily's party, but I don't think your new boyfriend should be here. I'm fine with you having a party with Lily by yourself if you'd rather. Even though divorce is hard on kids, your answer sounds like you need to be in charge, which isn't necessary. Before he met his wife, my ex had a few lovers who never missed an event. To be honest, his wife was the best thing that ever happened to him. I want him to be happy and present. You should love your child more than you want to be in charge. It makes no sense to respond this way. The court threat is aimed at you. You both need to do better. This place is awful for everyone. Next article. You are a huge jerk for telling my dad that his wife, my mom, keeps asking us for money. Mateo, my husband, is 31 years old and is male. I'm 33 years old. We've been together for 3 years and got married 4 months ago. His mom would call him out of the blue and ask for money, anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 when we were dating. I learned that she had been doing it for years, but he didn't mind because he was well paid and could give her money. My husband's father is a successful businessman in his city, and I was told that they shared accounts, so I always thought it was a little strange that she asked her son for money. When we got engaged, we talked about his mom's money requests. My husband promised to stop them, and he did. He wouldn't give her money, so she stopped calling him. My mother-in-law called my husband last Tuesday and asked for $15,000 to pay some bills. She said she had to have it for vacation. She told me in a long text message that I had no right to get involved in a mother's relationship with her son after I told her no. I didn't answer. When I asked my husband if his parents were having money problems, he said that as far as he knows, everything is fine. My husband's younger sister and my father-in-law came over for lunch today. As my husband and I picked out a bottle of wine, I asked my father-in-law if everything was okay at home. First, he looked at me funny, then he asked me what I was talking about. That's when my husband told him she had called to ask for money. It turns out that my wife's mother has been asking my husband for cash money behind my back. He told us that she lied when she took money out of the bank last year and said it was to help pay for our wedding. She never gave us any money. My in-law's father left right away, and hours later my mother-in-law called me crying and said I ruined her life because I have a big mouth. We got paid back by my father-in-law, who took a break from my mother-in-law until he feels safe enough to trust her again. Family members on my husband's mom's side are calling us and calling me a huge a-hole. Should I feel bad that I told my father-in-law that my mother-in-law is secretly trying to get money from us? In response, not a jerk. It's not you who has been lying and being greedy for money. I hope your dad gets a divorce from her. On top of that, OP's mother-in-law blames her son for not giving her any money. It's hard for some mother-in-laws to understand that their boys are the ones telling them no, not their daughter-in-law. Some of her cousins are now complaining, which is a sign. It's likely that she was sending them money, not the jerk. This question was answered by the other answers. Mother-in-law is selling her husband and son to get money to live a fancy life with her friends. Even more clearly, your Reddit post shows that you caught a gold digger scammer out of love and worry for your husband and his father. This is what stops someone from doing something they shouldn't. They got what they deserved for what they did, and now they're really mad. It's normal to feel bad when you upset someone or when big things happen in their lives, but there are times when you need to upset someone or change things. Even I, who is sometimes ignorant, laughed and said, "Yeah, right," when I read that. That is a huge pile of cow poop. Next article. Am I a jerk for telling my ex-husband that he can't buy my silence? My ex-spouse asked me pretty late in the game to change the summer parenting plans. Her dad wants to take her and the kids on a trip abroad, but the days would fall on the same days as mine. There are things I have already paid for and plans I have already made. Her dad called me after I told her no and said he would pay me to change my mind. I said no anyway. One of the days he wanted me to see is the birthday of one of my kids. I've already thought of a reason to celebrate, and I want it to happen. He said that the birthday party would be better on the trip where everyone would have more fun. He also told me I could do something fun with the kids with the money. I said no anyway. There are kids who don't want to go on the trip because their ex-spouse told them about it. Our plans will still go forward, but I think the younger kids just can't see the big picture. I just hate letting them down. Am I being a jerk? In response, why won't your ex-girlfriend and her dad change their minds? This is likely because it's so close to the deadline, but that's still not the OP's problem, not the jerk. She made bad plans because she thinks OP will change his mind, and then she told the kids about it when OP said no, which is not okay. Your ex-father-in-law did a terrible thing by telling the kids about the trip before getting permission, making them sad. Also, it's rude of your ex-spouse and father-in-law to plan a trip during your days and one of your kids' birthdays. They should understand that it's not about the money when they plan their trip. If either the ex-wife or the ex-father-in-law has dual citizenship, they may be trying to take the kids and keep them in a country where the OP can't get them back. I want to know if this is also their plan. No one could take my kids out of the country or even to a different state.